Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Piliano is absent, and she did inform us. Norman. Aguilar. Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman. Aguilar.
We move to item 4. We're going to have some changes here. B will become 5C because it appears to be more of a public hearing item. And then we're going to do something a little different. We have tenant parcel map and 13-005. We also have tenant parcel map PPN 12-032. And we're going to open the public comment on this at this time. The representatives of the tribe who have some additional extra record will come back and speak. So I guess the first person will be
Mr. Chairman, if I may, to expedite this, let me just articulate the suggestions made by the agents for the two items here, and then, of course, if they have any comments, fine.
okay. Now that we've done that, thoroughly confused me. We got tenant parcel map, PPN 13-005. It's Pinetax Ranch Trust for Sonoma and their representative. And the public hearing is open. Forston, would you like to come forward and have any additional comments for staff? Not talking about you. Oh, I knew that. But you have the beard. Now I remember. That's the difference. We're talking about 4A.
You said 12-035.
Okay, yeah. 13-005. Thank you.
G6.
4A.
For the record, we are 4A, Pinetax Ranch Trust, Forrester Weber Associates. Mr. Weber, would you like to come and confirm this condition, please?
I'm not Mr. Forster. Fred Weber, Forster, Weber and Associates. We concur with the change that Mike has told you about. So, and we're good with the rest of the conditions also.
Okay, moving right along, I guess, someone like to make a motion to accept staff's recommendation, less that one change.
Mr. Chair, I could have one question for staff. Just for my clarification here, it says we've got the zoning is not residential, 217,000 square foot minimum, and then it's got a parentheses 213,000 square feet. Why is there a difference?
Dana Metland Planning. There was a zone variance that was approved prior to this project to allow the parcels to be created smaller than that allowed in the zoning. Let me check that. PZV 13-001 MD, meaning a minor modification or a minor deviation that was approved by the director, was approved on May 31st. Decision number 0337. Administrative, correct.
I would move for approval of category approval exemption consistent with California and SEQA guidelines, Title 14, and also category approval, PBN 13-005. Second, please. I'll second that. And roll call.
Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman. Aguilar.
Yes. That also conditionally approved the Senate person. And it is approved in its question.
It's one action, one motion.
Okay, moving along to 4C, and parcel map, PPN 12-032.
I was thinking, Mr. Chairman, that's some type of comment. If you turn to the resolution, page 4, paragraph 3, the agent, Mr. Wood, asked for some clarification with which staff agrees. It's the second sentence. You see where it begins, no permitted manufacturing uses or expansions of the existing pistachio processing facility. See that sentence? I'd like to add an introductory clause for clarification. It doesn't change anything. It just provides greater clarity, and it should be read as follows. Except for the existing pistachio processing facility, comma, and then you continue with the sentence. That provides clarification that I think the applicant should be comfortable with. And if the agent would like to confirm that, that would be helpful. Mr. Winters?
I shave. Some. Jim Winton, business address is 150 West Morton. We agree with and appreciate the clarification to that condition.
Any questions from my fellow?
What are you saying over there, clause you got, and you're saying except for the existing facility? So there can be changes to the existing facility?
No, it means that the existing facility can continue its operations and not be restricted. The restriction can only apply to expansions of our facility.
Hello, may I answer something? My name is Andrew Pacheco, Planning Commissioners. Welcome. The reason for that is because when they issued the building permit back in '94, they plotted the building incorrectly and they moved it over onto the RA zone portion of that property. The manufactured zone itself is correct, but part of that building is located within the residential zone and part of it's in the agricultural zone. That is why that reasoning is there, so it won't expand into the residential area than what's already existing.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, moving along for a motion by Commission,
Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman. Aguilar.
Yes.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Andrew Pacheco. I'm with the Tulare County RMA. If I can see this, I would do it. Okay. Okay. This is a special use permit for Mrs. Mejia to allow a daycare facility under PSP 12-067. The property is located within the R2 zone. Now, there was public notice that was sent out. It was sent out in the Visalia Times Delta, and it was notified on June 13th, 2013. All the people were notified. 6 envelopes were returned to the office, so 6 people didn't get their messages. Okay. The site is located in Terabella, south of Porterville, and it's on Road 232. Now, the site is a single-family house. It does have a corner lot with Camford Avenue. Also, she is the owner of the house. She will be using her home as a home daycare facility, and she is applying for 12 children. Now, the ordinance says for the state of California, you're allowed 14, but under ordinance from Tulare County, ordinance number 3222 says we limit it to 12 children, so 12 children is what the application is for in this use permit. Okay, as you see, the site is zone R2. They do have R3, R1, and they have commercial zones. Okay, this is a site of her house and the rooms that they're going to be utilizing the daycare facility there. The site itself is fenced in, as you can see. Well, this is the south area. This is the driveway to her house. This is the drop-off area. She has enough room for 4 cars. She and her family members will be running the daycare facility. There is a patio in the back, as you can see right here, that they will be utilizing for the children, for their play areas. And the fenced area is all around the entire house, so it's pretty secure. That's the north side. Oops. That's the north side of the property. As you can see, it's fenced. This is the east side. It's fenced. This fronts on Road 238. Excuse me. Okay. They also have a letter from the Terabella Irrigation District saying that they have no problems with it, that this is an okay use. My recommendation on this is to approve the statutory exemption, state guidelines, for the guidelines of Section 15274 pertaining to establishing an operation of a large daycare facility which provides in-home care up to 14 children as defined per Section 1596.78 of the Health and Safety Codes, and conditionally approve the special use permit for PSP 067 for 12 children per the Tulare County Ordinance of 3222, which only allows 12 at this time. And that concludes staff report. No, the applicant is living there at this time. She is living there, and it's going to be a home occupation. Her and her son are going to be operating the daycare facility. The west side? Oh, that's a storage shed. This building right here? Yes, that's a storage shed. Okay. That's too small for anything else, but that's what they use to store their equipment or whatever they have for their home occupation or home use. This right here? This is condos. This is a multiplex residential structure. If you take a look at the aerial photo, let me go back to that. That's what this is down here. So there's multifamily residential down in this area. What separates that is this alley that goes right across through here. To the west is R2 zoning, which is residential use only. No, there was no objections. I didn't receive anything from anyone. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, we give frequent footnotes.
Andrew, what are the ages of the children that
Excuse me? 7 to 13th, I believe. 0 to 13, excuse me. Right. I didn't want to say different. I knew it, but. They're seasonal workers. When the parents are not working, the children are with their parents at this time. There's no harvesting going on or any work in the fields at this time. So yes, she does have children that are enrolled, but they're not with her at this time. And when it does start the harvest again, she will have the children again.
My name is Consuelo Mejia. I live in 9543 Road 238, and I'm the owner of the home where the facility is going to be running, with your permission.
you offer a good service for families who work, you're gonna actually keep children overnight.
Uh, Yeah, I'll keep children overnight only if they have the graveyard shift. Yes.
How long have you been operating?
Oh, I used to work for Woodville Child Care Center, so I've been doing this for 14 years. You have to go to school, yeah, you have to get your AA and child development. And you have to have your CPR. And
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
thank you.
Anyone else like to comment on this? If not, I'll close the public portion of comments on this and move on to staff's recommendation, which is to approve project. Okay, can I have a second?
Yes, give it the statutory exemption and approve the daycare center for 12 children.
I'll make a motion to approve special use permit PSP 12-067.
Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman. Aguilar.
What was it?
Dana Metlin. Okay, well, what happened was, Well, it has nothing to do with the road. I can't open this up for some reason. There it goes. Well, if you recall this project, it was a cell tower west of Tulare, and this was the site location. And the neighbors did show up, and we did mitigate the aesthetics with a faux tree. And so the engineering department then came back with the new design for the faux tree, and with that new site plan, it was determined that they did not need the equipment shelter any longer. So these are the cabinets that house all of the equipment, but the building that was housing the equipment has been eliminated. So now the conditions, that's a eucalyptus. So now the conditions from the fire department having to do with building structures need to be eliminated, deleted from the resolution. We do, and I think, let's see. Let's see, planning condition number 13, all on-site parking areas and driveways shall be surfaced for all weather conditions and be maintained so that dust and mud, so that condition still remains with regard to the private access. No, I think 1 or 2 a month at most, after the construction is over. Certainly.
Okay, this time I'll open the public comment. Who would like to comment on this project? Welcome to come forward and comment. For or against? Seeing none, I will close the public comment and move on to the staff's recommendation, which is
Well, staff's recommendation is to approve the deletion of those conditions.
Quick comment, Mr. Chair. I don't have a problem with that with everything that A2, and you're right, building is there, lot, fire suppression, so on and so forth, but you still have the need for repairs, et cetera. Should we have a high-level rescue, we need to on top of that, we have no apparatus access, we do put somebody in repair, and most of these are conditions based on somebody's going to do something wrong, so I would not want to be 18.
You mean in general?
Well, we were talking about it on the last one, voluntary. Do anything like that, and we're gonna have tons of it.
Are you speaking about this project or in general?
Well, this one, then,
In general, perhaps we should discuss that during the planning commission comment, because all we're talking about today is the elimination of conditions, because the resolution has not been reported and the acceptance of conditions, so the project really hasn't been implemented yet, because these conditions need to be addressed first.
someone, Joey, would like to make that motion?
I would make the motion that we approve condition B, section 18, 19, 20, 21, not be fair to remove the access road.
Do we have a second on that, please?
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Gong.
Yes.
Millings. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman. Aguilar.
Correct, they're not here. Well, I'll have to go back to the applicant and let them know what your decision was here at the commission, and that they want to leave in condition number 18. Now, the fire department is the one who recommended the deletion of these projects. They had submitted their building application, the building plans, and as the building plans circulated throughout the departments for review, the fire department realized that there were conditions on the permit, on the application permit, this PSP, that didn't apply to the building plans that were submitted, because the building no longer exists. So the recommendation was to remove all of the fire department conditions of approval. So now we're leaving number 18. We'll have to get back and see how, if everybody agrees with that. If they do agree, we'll just move forward.
Pardon me, sir, exactly. Your decision is sound. This was a recommendation made by the system department, and your objection was that we felt that that condition should continue, and that's fine. That it stands.
But yes, 18 will stay.
Okay, moving on to public hearing. 5C. With plan development final site plan, ED 12-001 PSR. The Dollar General Store. And we move on names of the staff.
Yes. All right, good morning, Chairman Whitlatch and Commissioners. This item is a request to approve a categorical exemption and a plan development, final site plan for Dollar General brand name retail store and an 82.5-foot tall pylon sign. Entitlement is found in ordinance number 352. Although retail stores are an allowed use in the general commercial zone, the planned development combining zone, section 18.6, requires that development standards be established through a planned development. Also, entitlement for a minor deviation from the 75-foot maximum building height requirement is found in section 16D1G, and that would be for the pylon sign. The Early Mart Community Plan designates the site general commercial, and the proposal was found to be consistent with the general plan and all applicable elements. The project is located in the PDC2, which is Planned Development General Commercial Zone. The property to the north and south is single-family residential, and to the east is PDC2, and to the west is State Route 99. And the proposal is consistent with zoning. Tentative parcel map PPM 11-038 was approved for the parcel on March 14, 2012. A subsequent lot line adjustment, PLA 13017, was approved. The Dollar General store will be located on this parcel B right here. And the monument sign will be located up here on the remainder parcel from the lot line adjustment. This is sheet 1 of the site plan. The project is the development and operation of a 9,100 square foot Dollar General brand name commercial retail store and an 82.5 foot tall pylon sign. Dollar General sells general merchandising goods and grocery items to serve the local community, and the stores are typically located in smaller communities like Early Mart. The store will be open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fully staffed, the store will employ 20 persons. 45 parking spaces are designated for employees and customers, and 1 Type A loading space will be provided in the rear of the building. That's there. Landscaping will be established consistent with the development standards and in conformance with the county's water efficient landscaping ordinance number 3029. This is the Dollar General site right here. This is the AutoZone store site that was approved last year. And again, the pylon sign will be up here in the northwest corner next to SR 99. The maximum height allowed in the C2 zone is 75 feet, and the request for this 82.5-foot high pylon sign is a deviation of 10% from the maximum height allowed in the C2 zone. The 10% deviation is considered minor, and the minor deviation from zoning to allow this 82.5-foot tall pylon sign can be approved or disapproved with this plan development final site plan. This is sheet 3, showing the elevation and just the general signage on the side of the building. This is a aerial view. And, since then, we have had 2 parcel maps and the lot line adjustment and AutoZone. The Early Mart Public Utility District has a wastewater moratorium on new sewer hookups due to lack of pipeline capacity. The district indicated that they would approve a variance and allow the installation of facilities which would allow for off-peak discharge to the district's sanitary sewer collection system. Sewer hookup infrastructure will be installed at the project site, and upon availability of sufficient sewer capacity, the site will be required to convert to a normal discharge pattern with the district. And this is looking west from Avenue 56. Again, looking westward. And this is the lift station, I believe, for the PUD. Pardon me? No, they have not broken ground yet. They will be breaking ground on July 8th. I believe there will be a ceremony. Again, looking west, northwest. And this project was noticed according to the law, and staff has not received any comments from the public with regard to the project. And staff is recommending that your commission approve a categorical exemption consistent with CEQA and conditionally approve plan development final site plan number PD 12-001/PSR. And subject to any questions you may have, that concludes staff's report.
Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome.
I think maybe at a time in the future, we should look at maybe our sign ordinance. Basically, all we're doing is a time of use concession sign all of that,
Correct.
saving people, especially in our undeveloped communities in the south part, community south part of our county, great to have a dollar store and some of these things that they can do. So anyway, maybe we need to look at that in the future. I know that would be time. At this time, we're going to open the public comment. Would you like to come forward and comment on this? Add anything the staff hasn't said? Pretty much understood.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, members of the Tulare County Planning Commission, staff and audience. My name is Max Becerra. I'm a principal of White River Plaza LLC. We are the developers of this commercial project in the community of Early Mart. Yes, 900 Mohawk Street, Suite 245, Bakersfield, California. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're very excited to be a part of this commercial project. Our intent, with my partner Tom Hawking and myself, was to really do something special for the community of Early Mart. Both Tom and I are from Delano, so we have a strong affinity to Early Mart, friends, classmates, just people we work with in the community in northern Kern County and southern Tulare County. We know that there is much more to provide to the residents in Early Mart, and we know this is a wonderful gateway to the into Tulare County. We do have relationships with national tenants. We put our ear to the ground and we take a look at what the needs of the community are. We really saw a lack of national tenants and services out in this area, and we took the time to study the area, found some great land, and so we've been working on this project for about 5 years now, and we finally put everything all together. Worked with your wonderful staff, and I say this: I've been in a community and land use and economic development planner for about 30 years, and you have a great staff, engineering, planning, building. We work through all of your staff persons that and economic development as well, and they've been very good to work with, and we now are at a point where we've gone through all of the processes that we've had to go through. Now that our parcel maps and lot line adjustments are done, we do want to start construction on this. I do have Dollar General here, and they're available to make some comments, but as I speak, as I do have a chance to share with you right now, we have now signed our construction contracts. We have about $400,000 worth of off-site improvements that we have to start working on, and we have begun working on that. And in fact, we're doing construction staking today, and so we are engaged. But pardon me. All of our off-sites will be done by about August 15th, August the 20th. The plans are now stamped for AutoZone. Sometime in mid-July, they will start construction. But we will begin all of our off-sites and the building of our stormwater basin immediately. We will also start working on all of the curb and gutter and that last lane on Avenue 56, and we'll get that done in the month of July. As Dana had alluded to, I think there will be some type of groundbreaking event, which we'll obviously be a part of, and I think Supervisor Vanderpool is very excited. I know that the community of Early Mart is very excited, and we just want to be a part of that growth. And our intent here is to create jobs and to be part of that economic development boost to Tulare County. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you to your commission, to your staff. But I know I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We're still part of the hearing for Dollar General, but as the developer for this project, of which Dollar General is a part of, I do want to come up here and give my vote of support for this for this project that you're considering at this time. Thank you.
I'm looking here at the site plan here, and there's a remainder there, they call parcel E. Is there additional land there for the development of the project?
That's the parcel for the Dollar General?
Parcel E, the remainder,
That's
lot line adjustment. You get back to it.
Is there that triangular piece there?
at the very, yes,
No, not that one, down below.
This? Oh,
Yes, yes, that,
Additional land for future projects?
yes, sir. But there is a 50-foot setback required by Caltrans. That's our original intent for our stormwater basin that was approved by your staff, and then Caltrans took one last look at it and said, no, you have to change that location from the very north end and move it to a different location, so that everything along that corridor here had to be adjusted. So then that triangle end that kind of barely touches Avenue 56 there, we can put in land uses there, but we have to relate to any possible tenant that there is a 50-foot setback that will have to be adhered to. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, I just saw that, I'll answer it, just curious.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Steve.
When you looked at this project 5 years ago, was it all minimum right from the start, or did you consider other things?
No, what we wanted to by educational background, I'm a Sydney regional planner. I went to school at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, worked for municipalities for a long time. So, I look at areas and try to, just like your staff does, try to find uses that are highest and best use. We saw a community here that has existed for a long time, and then we thought, well, what kind of services, retail services, does this type of community need? And we found a nice location, which is this location, and we were able to purchase a parcel on the end, and then we were able to acquire the parcel right next to it. So we thought, well, there's services here that are needed. One of the uses that we'll be hopefully bringing to you in the near future is a market as well too, a grocery store, because there's a need for more grocery services out there in the Early Mart community. There's a lot of single-family residential and multifamily residential in that area, and we thought that might be a good location for a centralized commercial type use, and then it has good freeway access. So that's how we looked at this use here. It's about 10,000, but I think there are different market studies, so now it's up to about 15,000. But this has been an area that has been long sought after to possibly put some national tenants, fast food, some automotive services, and we were very fortunate to find some quality tenants like Dollar General and AutoZone here. We're in negotiations with some other tenants, so until we're able to make sure that they'll commit, I want to reserve the right to say who they are yet. But there's a lot of things going on in Early Mart, and we understand that Early Mart is also part of the Delano Joint High School District, and in my talks with the superintendent and their board, they're planning a fourth high school in the district. For a long time, there was just Delano High School, and then they built 2 new schools in Delano, and there was going to be a fourth school that is going to be built probably in the next 2 years in Early Mart. So it's going to be a new high school. So it'll be so we see a lot of growth and development in Early Mart, and it's a nice gateway into Tulare County, and we want them to to acknowledge that they are now entering Tulare County, and hopefully we can do our part to be a part of the growth and continued success of Tulare County. Thank you.
Really guard those secrets. We had 3 real estate brokers sitting here in the newspaper guys.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Solid General Phil, would like to come forward.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Ramirez. I'm with Embry Asset Group. We're located in Georgetown, Texas. It's 4747 Williams Drive. We are the developer for Dollar General. We've been working with them for many years, and other single tenant clients. And we we worked with Max, and we've found this site and are interested and really want to come to Early Mart and do this. I think it's a good fit. We can provide a service that's needed, and also we can create some jobs. I think that's important. So, Max kind of gave a lot of information on that. So, but if you have any questions, I can.
Where are you in Texas? California. Texas, sort of there.
We're in Central Texas.
You're Dallas.
We're north of Austin, probably 30, 45 miles north of Austin. Right up 35. We're right off 35.
I know Dallas seems to be exploding all over California. I know they just recycled some retail spaces earlier. What do you do more than recycling existing or building projects like this?
For us, for Embry Group, we tend to do new development. We have done some inline stores where we've done the repurposed older buildings that have for whatever reason that they haven't made. We've done that, but for us, we've done here recently. We've done more ground up. That may not be. I don't think that's us. I think there's 2 or 3 other developers here in California that do the same thing for Dollar General. We've done one recently in Tulare. Yeah. No problem.
Some of the comments, that we're not talking about, I think, that describe the dollar store as kind of a 4-man Costco. I must be 4-man because I love those. You don't have to buy a big box. $2 or $3 for a members, theater and
The name is kind of deceiving. A lot of people think that you could go in there and everything's $1. It's not. It's just it's their name. But they do provide name brand products at a discounted rate. It's very similar to, I guess you could compare us to maybe CVS or Walgreens minus the pharmacy. But it's very convenient and low. They work with their vendors and are able to bring down the prices and provide a quality product for a lesser price. So.
What, especially for some of our communities in South Florida County, have the service, Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mike Wash, I'm a Tulare County Economic Development Manager. I would just like to mention that this project is ideal for our rural communities, especially along the 99 corridor. And at full build out, we're looking at probably 125, 150 jobs. So one of the exciting things, Max isn't able to talk about some of the negotiations with companies, but a grocery store, the service that would provide for the community will be outstanding, as well as these major national tenants, the auto store and Dollar General. Max mentioned that they're starting construction. We're going to have on July 8th a groundbreaking ceremony. That's Monday, July 8th at 9 a.m. If you'd like to join us, extending an invitation to the Planning Commission, Board of Supervisors, et cetera, and the community as well. The community is real excited about this. I'd also like to extend my gratitude for Dana, a project manager on this. She's kept this project moving forward in a timely fashion. That the auto store as well as Dollar General should open its doors before year end. Ideally, we can get them open even before the Christmas season, but end of November into December is when I think these projects will both be open. So with that, I'd just like to express my support for this project. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Michael does a great job of speaking about not only hear from him. Works real hard to bring businesses to our incorporated towns, communities, as well as our community. We're fortunate to have him and the hard work that he does. So moving right along, would someone like a motion to approve the subject modifications as discussed?
I'll make that motion that we approve the categorical exemption consistent with CEQA guidelines pursuant to Title 14 and conditionally approve PD 12-001 DSR.
Have a second, please? Second. Roll call?
Gong.
Yes.
Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch. Norman.
I need a motion from the planning commission that we cancel the planning commission meeting for July 10th, 2015. July 10th.
Is that the one you were planning on missing anyway, Bill?
I won't get paid.
I got lucky there.
Roll call.
Gong. Millies. Elliott. Diaz. Whitlatch.
Yes.
Norman. Aguilar.
Mr. Chairman, that means there will be one meeting in July, and that will be July 24th.
Mr. Raker, would you like to just address this before we get to
Jake Raper, Director of Resource Management Agency. I just wanted to say thank you. I see you have full contingent of your planners, and this is the model that Mr. Spada has been trying to and has implemented over the last year. And as a result of that, I think the process and projects are moving along much more efficiently and much more thoroughly. And so my compliments to staff. And again, if the Planning Commission has any suggestions for improving the process, we've always encouraged you to speak freely about that. And if there's criticisms, we want to know about it, because that way we can address those issues. But from feedback that I have been receiving from Mr. Spada, everything is working very, very well. Projects are moving fairly quickly without controversy. And so the process is accomplishing what it's intended to do. So other than that, just say thank you very much, and we appreciate your continued support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very briefly, just a number of items here. With regard to yesterday's Board of Supervisors meeting, the board had taken action with the final EIR and the project for the South County Detention Facility. So the CEQA process is now complete, and after the staff working with the state finalizes the construction plans, the construction should begin, but it will be some time before that actually occurs. However, the CEQA or environmental process has been cleared. There was no opposition to the project, and that almost $70 million project moving forward. With regard to the second item, the board also considered and taken final action with regard to the Tule Tribe wastewater treatment plant. Two conditions that you may recall were an issue. They dealt with what we described as a sovereignty issue. There was no objection to any environmental, planning, zoning issue. They just focused on the two sovereignty conditions. Specifically, there were items 20 and 21. I believe that the council July, the RMA will be going forward with the board to give an update with regard to planning branch statistical accomplishments, as well as to propose an adjustment to various